Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a great vacation. I know I did, and I'm a little rusty here. It's my first video in about a week and a half, so pardon me if I make any mistakes. But today, we are going to be drawing some pictures to divide decimals, right? Last week, or not last week, but the week before break, we were really getting into dividing decimals and whole numbers, and we're going to continue with that. But today, we are going to just draw some pictures and see if we could visualize this in our minds. All right. Before we start that, though, we've got to have some common pictures that we're going to draw. So remember, this is like a whole, right? This is one whole box, whether it's a whole, it can represent, the whole trail or the whole pizza or the whole whatever it is we're doing, right? So when we draw our pictures, we're going to draw a box, which is going to equal one whole. Okay. Now remember, this box can be split up into tenths. If we were to split this box into tenths, we would split it up into 10 equal parts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now there's 10 sections, right? And remember that each one of these is worth 1/10, or 1/10, right? Because there's 10 of them and each one is 1/10. So when we want to draw 1/10, we are going to draw a stick, right? To represent one of these rows, okay? So the box represents the whole, the line represents the tenth. Now, what about 100th? Well, remember, if I split these all up into 10 equal parts again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, each one of these is worth what? 1/100th, right? Or 0.01. So when we want to draw a hundredth, we're simply going to draw a dot. A dot represents one of those. A dot equals 1/100th or 0.01. Okay? So we can use these pictures to model a division equation, right? So in this case, we have 3 and 69 hundredths divided by 3. So we're trying to take this 3 and 69 hundredths and split it up into 3 equal groups. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3.69. So how do I do that? Well, I have 3 wholes, 1, 2, 3. I have 6/10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 9 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and I'm going to split this into 3 groups. So, I guess I could draw like 3 circles, and that's going to represent my 3 groups. And now I'm just going to take these and split them up and put them into the groups. Okay, so let's start with my wholes. I split these into 3. Yeah, so each group gets one of these, right? I'm done with those. How about my tenths? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Just splitting them up into my groups. And now moving on to my hundredths. So again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what's the answer? What is 3.69 divided by 3? So how many go in one group? Well, let's see. We have 1 whole, 2 tenths, and 3 hundredths. So the answer is 1.23. Okay. Now, how can we check this? How can we check this? So let's divide. Let's make sure we're right. 3.69 divided by 3. Do you remember how to divide this? Remember, the first thing we do is pop our decimal point up, remember? 3 goes into 3 once. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract 0, bring down the 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract 0, bring down the 9. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 1.23, 1.23. All right, that was an easy one. Let's try a harder one. Okay, so now I've got 6 and 48 hundredths divided by 4. So let's draw it first. I've got 6 wholes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 4 tenths, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got 8 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we want to split these up into groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to start with my whole numbers. Can I split those into groups of 4? Sure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to cross them out as I go. Now I'm left with 2. I can't split those into 4 groups, so what can I do? Well, what I can do is I can take these and I can convert them into what? Into 10 tenths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can do the same thing with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now those I can split up, right? So I'm going to get rid of these so I make sure I don't use that hole again. Now I've got all these tenths, right? I got tenths down here, I got tenths up here. Let's split those into groups of 4. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are done. Let's do another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So those are done. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just crossing them out as I go, right? Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it looks like I've got 4 left, right? So that works out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done with my tenths. All right, moving on to my hundredths. Can I split these up? Well, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how much is in each group? Well, I've got 1 whole. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths, and I've got 2 hundredths. 1.62. Let's check it. Let's check it. We've got 6.48 divided by 4. Pop that decimal point out. 4 goes into 6 once. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring down the 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract. Bring down the 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 1.62. 1.62. All right, now we're going to get a little trickier. Now I'm dividing by a decimal. So now I'm not splitting it up into 0.4 groups. I'm actually splitting this up into 0.4s, right? How many 0.4s are there in 1.6? How many groups of 0.4 are in 1.6? So again, first, let's just draw it. I've got 1 whole, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths, right? 1.6. And I want to split these into groups of 0.4, so I want 0.4s. So let's see. I'm going to start at the bottom this time. I'm going to start with my tenths. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one group of 0.4. So I'm going to move it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one group of 0.4, right? Now I've only got these 2 tenths left. What can I do? I can't split these 2 into groups of 0.4, right? It's not enough. I need to break this up. Remember how I did in the other problem? I'm going to split this up into 10 tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can continue splitting it up into groups of 0.4. How many more 0.4s do we have? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So what's the answer? How many groups of 0.4 do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer should be 4. Let's check it with our math. 1.6 divided by 0.4. How do we do this one? Remember, we can't divide by a decimal. We've got to move it over, make that a whole number, and whatever we do the outside, we got to do the inside and then pop it right up, right? 4 goes into 16. 4 times 4 is 16. Done. Answer's 4. Okay. Wait time. Let's try one more because there's no problem with the day today. All right, guys, last one. So now I've got 36 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths. So how many groups of 6 hundredths are in 36 hundredths? Let's draw it out first. So I've got 3 tenths, 1, 2, 3. And I've got 6 hundredths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we got to break this up into groups of 6 hundredths. So let's start. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 hundredths off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's that. Now, I don't have any 600s here, right? But I can break these up. how many hundredths are in a tenth? 10, right? It's base 10. There's 10 hundredths in a tenth. There's 10 tenths in a whole. So each of these is worth 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one's worth 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this one's worth 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I should have 30 hundredths, right? Because 10, 10, and 10. So let's keep splitting them into 6 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm not going to redraw them all. I'll just draw a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 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 So how many groups of 6 tenths did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should equal 6. Let's check it though. 36 hundredths divided by 6 hundredths. Remember, move this over 2 places to make it a whole number. Whatever you do to the outside, you have to do to the inside. And let's divide. How many 6's in 3? 0. How many 6's in 36? 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract 0. Okay, so drawing and then checking our work. I will see you during your teacher center.